the MVP race. Let's talk about that right now. The most valuable player race in the National Football League, now that we have December football upon us, 13 weeks into an 18-week regular season. How do things currently stand? One aspect of it coming into the season, I think, Josh Allen was the consensus pick for MVP of the season, and he looked it for the first half. And the last few games, though, after losing to the Jets and hurting his arm in that process, been a little different story. And one other thing that's changed, too, since the beginning of the season is the Associated Press, which is in charge of this process of collecting the votes for most valuable player, has decided to get with the times and rank the choices. What do I mean by that? In the previous year where they had 50 members of
50
the media and their process of choosing it, a little outmoded as well, since I'll just grind the axe right here. I'm not allowed to have a vote because I'm an employee of the NFL, as if I have not proven over 19 years of this business and 8 years on this show that I say into this microphone what I believe, and not a single soul in the NFL front office tells me what to say, nor would I parrot it. But for whatever reason, I can't have a vote, as if I also don't watch every snap of football. Long story said, all right, I'm done with the axe grinding. The members who are allowed to vote now, in previous years, they would just say, here's my MVP. And they would tally up who's got the most votes, and that's the person.
One pick.
Who wins it. In other sports, it would be, give us your top five. We'll assign a point total for wherever they stand in the top five. And then we'll add up, and whoever has the most points wins. So over the years, you've heard it so many times, Roethlisberger and Russell Wilson, in all those years that they were making the playoffs and winning a Super Bowl, or in the case of Ben, Super Bowls, plural, that you always heard never got a vote for MVP because you could only choose one.
That's going to hold true this year, too.
Well, Ben is retired and Russ is not going to get a vote. That's true.
Yeah, that's not going to change.
Thank you for that, TJ. Appreciate for that update.
Hey.
So now you're going to be able to hear who got a third place vote or a fourth place vote or a fifth place vote for MVP, and I kind of dig it. I like that. And just to model how it works, we do this normally on this program. Let's do it now for the first time, though, a ranked choice for MVP through the Thanksgiving Day weekend. And interestingly enough, it serves as a top five.
All right.
Which you know I like to do. Hit the music, Mike. Number 5 on this list is a non-quarterback. And I went back and forth. There's only 2 choices, I believe, for non-quarterbacks to be most valuable player in the NFL this year. One of them is Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. How amazing has this guy been? His latest performance, 139 yards receiving against the team whose coach is known for taking away the one thing you like the best and helps your team win the most. Justin Jefferson did that against Belichick on a Thanksgiving night. But I see you're already reaching for your grease board, TJ Jefferson. You may hold it up. Number 5 on this list is Micah Parsons, who I believe is a defensive player of the year right now through the first 13 weeks. Micah Parsons is the MVP of the Dallas Cowboys. We could talk about Dak and Zeke and Pollard, deuces, or CD, all we want. All we want. You take Micah Parsons away from this team, that's a different bunch.
Don't ever think that thought,
I
Rich.
know that.
Never.
The Lion, who once took this seat from me when I offered it to him within 2 seconds when he was on this program.
Made you sit in the guest seat.
He did. He's number 5 on this list. Number 4 on this list for me, can't believe I'm saying it, but it's the truth. It's Josh Allen. And he was my number 1, and there wasn't even a 1A, B, C, or D. There was nobody in his area code for most valuable player in my mind coming into the season. But he's still insanely valuable and obviously has that Mandalorian still in him where he shows this is the way. And if we see him once again get back in that mode of making the right decisions and winning with his arm and his legs and not being red zone careless with the football as we've seen, he can still be the MVP of this league over the next 6 weeks. We'll see what happens everywhere else. Certainly, since there are two people who are above him on this list that a lot of folks still, for whatever reason, have a bit of the jury out on. And let's start with the one who's got the most of the jury still out on him, even though not on me. Tua Tagovailoa is third on my list.
Yo, he's played like 3 games.
Tua Tagovailoa is number 3 on this list. Every single game he started and completed, the Dolphins have won. And I say that way because we all know he did not complete the game that he started in Cincinnati. You have your list. I've got mine. We'll compare them in a second. Because you guys are going to have your list, and we'll see who rank. You know, we'll assign them points, and we'll come out with a final list here from the show. I'm giving you guys the same amount of vote as I am, but I'm going it one by one right here. Tua Tagovailoa has been dynamite. He has been elite. He has been terrific. And without him, the Dolphins are not 8-3. It's that simple. He's been awesome. Number 2 on the list is Jalen Hurts. He's got the most wins, I understand, and he is the heartbeat of this team. He is the absolute heartbeat of the team that can protect him and blow open the holes for him and the rest of the running game that complements him. And then what he does in that locker room, talk about value. Talk about value. And he is now one and the same with the Philadelphia Eagles as far as I'm concerned. We're going to see him there for a long time. And he deserves it. Number 1 is Mahomes. Give it to him. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, like, because he's already gotten that treatment that we saw that, you know, Brady's gotten and Phil Jackson and Bill Belichick have gotten in their careers, where it's just like you just assume he's valuable, he's great. Why give him the award? Let's give it to somebody else who's got a better story or somebody new. How about this story? Let's take the guy who takes the defense off from the top. Let's take him off the team. Let's get him out. And let's get you doing something completely different offensively. You do have your all-world tight end with Travis Kelce. But what he's done this year so far, he's been dynamite. He has been unbelievable. And he still has that Terminator in him where you just know there's too much time left on the clock for him. He's my MVP candidate. Number 1. And scene. There's my list. Oh, it's a nice photograph. I like that. Mahomes, Hurts, Tua, Allen, Micah Parsons. So that would mean Mahomes gets 5 points, Hurts 4, Tua 3, Allen 2, Micah 1. And you guys put in your lists as well, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Let's put them up on the screen right here, and we'll add them up together and have a nice long first segment to start our program here tonight.
Okay.
Why not? So, Brockman, you have your list right over there?
Yeah, Rich, I'm with you. I'll go right in order. I'm with you on Mahomes and Hurts, 1 and 2. I think there's no disputing that right now. I got Justin Jefferson, number 3. Look,
Okay.
Minnesota's got the second most wins in the NFL, and without him, clearly they do not have any of those wins. So I got him 3. Micah Parsons is going to be your defensive player of the year. He's a monster favorite in Vegas, and without him, the Cowboys aren't anywhere near where they are right now. And then Josh Allen, he's slipped a little bit, but he's still super valuable. And what's sneaky, Rich, is like if he has like 404 touchdowns on Thursday and say Bengals beat the Chiefs and the Titans beat the Eagles, suddenly now Josh Allen is back in the mix for MVP, but I got him number 5 right now.
I totally agree with you that there's a path to the basket for him, no question about it. What do you got over there, TJ Jefferson? Your MVP list?
Wow, it's weird. I haven't done a top 5 in a while. Let's see if I still got this. I got Josh Allen coming in at number 5.
Okay.
He was everyone's front runner, like you said. It doesn't mean he's not great.
No,
Just maybe not the MVP.
Sure.
I got the cheetah, Tyreek Hill at number 4, because we talk about, changing culture. I think maybe that's what he went in there and did in Miami, kind of made them say things with their chest. I got Micah Parsons coming at 3. I really wanted him at number 1 because I'm really sick of this being a quarterback-only award.
And I understand
But I was told when I got here that we had to do this in a certain format, so I put him at number 3. But really, he's my number 1.
I told you anything.
You could have been put him number 1.
Who told you thing?
I had a meeting before, and I was told that we're doing it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Jalen Hurts, I got him at 2, and I got Mahomes at 1, just because they're going to give it to a quarterback anyway. And that's what's so frustrating.
List.
I'm just saying, that's what's frustrating about this MVP award. If you're not a quarterback, you're not going to win it.
Well, I mean, but the most valuable position in the league is the quarterback spot. I mean, if you don't have one, and you don't have one that can compete with an MVP type quarterback, you don't win in the league. Just that simple. So I totally understand why you would rail against the system in that respect. But,
I'm raging,
Okay.
First Twitter, now this.
Mike Hoskins, our producer, coordinating producer, he actually he's the AP of this process. He tallied all the votes. Plus, I'm more verbal than math anyway. I couldn't do this off the top of my head right now while I'm hosting. Put it up on the screen. So here's the final list. Mahomes is the MVP with 15 points. He's number one on all of our ballots. Hurts is 2. Parsons finishes 3rd. Josh Allen 4th, and we have a tie at 5th because I put Tua at 3, and Justin Jefferson was your 3rd. There you go.
I put Justin Jefferson.
Okay, so there's your list. Also receiving votes. I like that. Tyreek Hill at the bottom right there. Well done, Hoskins.
I like
and
that.
Also receiving votes.
I almost put
So that's
Tyreek Hill instead of Josh Allen.
Well, I would have affected some of the finish right here, but it wouldn't have affected eventually who we have as 1 and 2. So Mahomes is going to show up at the NFL honors and take that trophy, according to us.
Yeah, the
right
desert
now.
agrees with us too, Rich. Mahomes is your favorite. He's minus money. Jalen Hurts is 3-1. Tua's 5-1, actually. Josh Allen 10-1.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.